this before. Oh, I'm doing something dumb because this is a very popular add-on. All right, so let's just go back to the test site here, and so I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to use Pixlr Grabber, and I'm going to, maybe there's something on here I just want to copy. So let's crop that. I can edit. See, it gives me an option to edit in Pixlr.com. I can share it to, there's a file sharing website. I can put this image on my desktop, or I can copy to a clipboard. Maybe there's something I want to send to a client. I just can copy and paste it there. Just another way to do a screen grab. But let's just click on here. We'll open this up in Pixlr. And there's my image. Maybe I want to make it a little bit bigger canvas. I can drag that open. Maybe I want to crop it a little bit further. So I don't want the whole thing. And I just click, yes. All right, so I'm going to give this is just a little step into layering. So maybe I want to add some text to this image. So I'm going to, how I would normally do this is I can add a layer, which is just click on this little button here, which doesn't look like it did anything, but I'll show you what will happen in a second. Let's do some text. I'll just do some text. I can play with the font. I can play with the size. I can play with the color. Ooh, that's ugly. Alright. And there we go. If I want to move it, I can just click on this Move tool. Kind of cool. Now I can't remember if I have options for... Oh, I get layer styles. Now this is kind of fun too. Get a few little layer styles if I want to put a little drop shadow on there, or maybe an inner shadow. Change, different colors around. See, I put that red on there, maybe a bevel. Now I'm making it real ugly. Anyway, but so that's how you can play around and put some nice text effects on your images. And again, we did that in a layer. We did that in a layer. So I've got this background image. Maybe I don't want the text there. So what you can do is, if you're using this image on a website, well, maybe you're going to come back and make a change to it. Instead of having to redo the image from scratch, you can just save a layered file, and then you don't have to start over. Now, if I'm losing anyone, just let me know. I can kind of show an example of what that means. Or maybe let's do another layer. Let's put another text layer on here. Get more info. That's kind of interesting. Call it a smear. Again, I can move it with my Move tool. So basically right now I have 3 layers. I've got the background, I've got the test text, and I've got the get more information. So any of these, like, if I can get rid of if I want. Oop. Oh, the background's locked. I can even get rid of the background. So when you have an image like this, you want to save it as a layered file. So how you do that is you're going to choose layered Pixlr image. Now you can't use this image on a website because you have to save it as either a JPEG or a PNG, bitmap, or TIFF. But this is a special file that web developers use, web designers use when they know they want to use an image again, so they don't have to go back and start from scratch. So if I would just save this as a Pixlr image, and I can come back into Pixlr if I want to change this to something else. Maybe I'm doing a special promotion in the month, or it's something for a specific listing on my website. So it's kind of cool. You don't have to start from scratch. This will save you a lot of time. So I just want to make sure I didn't lose anyone. There are more, all of these buttons over here have different feet. Like here's a button you can change, you can fix red eye. So if you took a bunch of photos that you like, but they have the red eyes, you can use this tool to change it. There's a ton of videos on YouTube on how to use Pixlr more. I'm just giving you a brief demo that they exist, and how to use it. And you don't have to spend a lot of money to go buy this stuff. All right, so let's the other one. This is probably probably more, how do I say it, a little more geekier to use. If you want something a little simpler to use, I would probably I would use the Picnic app. Now the Picnic app, again, I can get an add-on for my Firefox or I think in Chrome has the Picnic app also. Extensions, how come I can't find the extensions? You can also go into, like, for some reason I'm not thinking this morning, I can go into Google Picnic add-on for Firefox download. I mean, this is another path to get these downloads. And it'll just take you to a screen where you can get the download here. That's another way to get it. The same thing for Pixlr Grabber. Or I'll just do Pixlr add-on for Firefox. Alright, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. Again, this is what I was trying to find in that other search area. But anyway, just all you have to do is click this to add it to Firefox, and it'll show up down here. So then you'll have those tools. So there's probably a whole class I could do just on add-ons. I mean, you could spend hours in here, but that's how you get to those. If you want to add those to your toolbar, and you don't have to, but it's cool to actually add these, because again, I can come down to let's use the Picnic one. So I'm going to send the whole, well, let's just send the visible page to Picnic. I just clicked on my little tool down here, click on the visible, or select the visible page. It's going to come to Picnic. Picnic's got some cool, it's got some different fonts that Pixlr doesn't have that are kind of cool, interesting. So if you're a little more creative, I think you might, from that aspect, I think you'll like Picnic a little better. Let's see. Alright, what happened? Alright, let's try that again. Let's just do this page. How about that? All right. All right. I'm not sure why that wasn't working, but anyway, so here's the image. And again, I can come in here, I can crop it. Just crop this out. It's going to take that image. I can do some text effects. Some of them you have to pay for. So we can do. Oh, here you just type it up here. Text. Let's add that. And again, I can play with the colors. That's pretty. Let's see. Different blending modes. Gives a little transparency. I can move it around. Anyway, any questions?
No, thank you.
Are we learning anything?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What else? And again, it's, you know, I would go through, you can play around with, there's different, this one has more text effects. See, I like sepia, or I can soften it, maybe matted. If you're not careful, you can make some really ugly things in here. Oops, that's a premium feature. Some of these you have to pay for. Anyway, that's kind of interesting. If nothing else, it's fun. But you know, having nice images on your website, it does make a difference. What else? Again, you can go to discard. So we can come back to save. I can choose either JPEG or PNG. I don't have as many options on Picnic. It's not as robust as the Pixlr application. This one, but you know, for basic editing, not too bad. And again, I can see the file size here, so you know, I can adjust the quality on the little slider. So it makes it really easy. And anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll take questions now. Any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, great. Well, I want to thank everyone for showing up. Appreciate your time.
No, thank you.
This will be out tomorrow if you want to take a look at it again. If there's anything you want to look at again, so none to worry. So anyway, thanks again.